All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to American Dream Trading's Futures Training Session. Appreciate you all being here. We're glad you could be here. Um, Need to change this around. You can still hear me, hopefully.
Yes. Facebook doesn't have audio.
And
On
all right,
Facebook now,
all right. You see
and
it
I
down
can hear you on YouTube.
there? Okay, thank you. I checked the wrong box. I believe is what I did there. Output, and I need to change this. Some of this software is new to me. Obviously, you can tell, right? So we'll get it here. Oh, there we go. All right. Uh, since you were just on, Angela, you want to open your mic and say hello to everybody so we can see if your voice is coming across okay? We were having issues with our members' voices breaking up while mine was clear. So all that spiel I just give, well, you missed all that. So anyway, we do offer memberships for our futures membership for $1,000. We only have two left. Once they're gone, they're gone. You must use discount code Christmas in the checkout box. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go ahead and talk, Ange, or one of you members. Say hello to everybody, and we'll check to make sure the audio is coming through on YouTube and all those so that they can hear.
Glad to see all of you here today.
And we'll give it a few seconds. And if YouTube will let us know, did Ange's voice come through loud and clear? We'd appreciate that feedback if you could give that to us. I had to make some changes to the software. While we're waiting for that feedback, and anybody in Twitch also, any of the Facebook, all that, if you'll let us know that whether you can hear, whether you heard Ange's voice come through, we'd appreciate. There is a 20 to 30-second delay between our live feed and getting through on YouTube. So, all right, who's got a question today? Who wants to tell us about a trade that they had? Anybody in the chat? Good afternoon, Johnny B. Mazing. Good to see you. Glad to have you with us. See Ange in there. Never volunteer yourself again. Did you hear Ange's voice when she came over the recording on YouTube? Or do we need to test it again? Of course, Facebook, you're getting a different feed. You're getting a feed here through my iPad, which is behind me. So, by the way, welcome. Glad you could be here. If somebody has their face or um, TikTok account open, if they could see that and read any questions off there, that would be greatly appreciated also. So what we're going to look at here, take a look around the block here, see if something's moving. Maybe we'll make a trade here. Again, this is my paper account. I do not trade my real account because I'm answering questions, looking around to different screens. So I don't want to ruin my own account. My wife wouldn't be very happy about that. So that's why I use paper trading. So if I make a mistake or if I'm just showing you a real world example through paper trading, doesn't actually cost me any real money to teach you that principle. So if I want to go in here and let's say this here's a nano Bitcoin, I can paper trade this, right? By the way, never mimic anybody's trades that you see online, including mine. So if I wanted to short this, again, I don't have any lines on here, so I would not enter this trade for real because I don't have this charted out. I never trade anything that I don't chart. So I'll wait for this here to fill real quick. You know, I don't have a wide enough stop. I can tell you that right now. See, that filled it. I need to make my stop a little wider. So this is just something I have this up because we were looking at it here before the start. We noticed that it was on there and able to trade it. So you always trade with a stop. You need to pre-program it so every trade that you enter, there's a stop to help prevent any loss going against it. So let's just say this is going to bounce. If I thought this was going to go back up, which The trend says it's coming down. Okay, it is Bitcoin. But right now, it wants to go up. There is some strong indicators. You got the 200 MA and VWAP down here. So it probably would come down here if nothing else and then go back up, but it's got to go back through these other indicators. And the trend is always your friend. Remember that. What's the trend right now, right? If you take a bigger picture of this, even though it was climbing up, it did pull back. So let's just show you. I want to show you. Let's say I'm going to short this, right? I can go ahead and short this. Let's wait for it to fill. Spread this out. Now, I don't have any lines on here, so I have no idea what the levels are without looking. Now, see, because I pre-programmed my stop, I can never lose any more money than right here where this green box is at, right? So this is my entry. It shows I have a -1. That means I'm shorting it. I got in at 107.075. If this pulls back up to 107.225 and I don't move this, I can never lose that kind of money. Now, here's the beauty of your stop. You slide it around as you get green on your trade. I'm green, right, because I'm coming down. I can take my slide and slide my stop just below where my entry point is. Now I'm guaranteed a green trade. No matter what happens, this pulls back and comes up here, it'll stop me out and prevent me from losing any money. Now, I would never put my stop that tight, but I'm just showing you that. We'll let this come down here a little bit more before I slide down my trade. Okay, so it's still bouncing around yet. So it's still indecisive. This is a buyer's candle. They're pushing the price up instead of shorting it. I'd really want to see, if anything, a wick on the top pushing it down. But I can look at the L2 here, and it wants to go down to this, if it quits bouncing around so much, it's very volatile. That's why you always trade with the stop. Anything, especially stuff like Bitcoin or any indices. So now I've guaranteed that I'm not going to lose money, right? See, here's where I bought it. Here's my stop. So at worst case scenario, this would bounce up, hit my stop, and that would get me out of the trade. So now this is dropping more. I can slide this down. I'm being overly aggressive than I would be normally. But if I want to lock in my profits, let me see here, get my order position. All right, I'm up 200, what's that say? $2.15. So I want to keep locking this in. I'm just showing you this for, as this drops, in other words, I'm making money because I'm shorting it. It's going down. I keep sliding my stop down. It automatically adjusts. So if this automatically pulls back right now, it'll stop me out, guaranteed green. Look at this thing dropping. Wow. Are you not amazed? There it goes. See, now I'm going to get stopped out. It locked me in and I made money right there. That easy, right? Guaranteed my money. So, see that how it stopped me out? So, right? I just
Here
made
comes the
my
money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money,
Dollar, dollar. Dollar.
see that? Made money just like that. That easy. So now it's going the other way. I could play this back up if I wanted to, right? But however, which way is the trend? The trend is down. Now, why did that bounce like it did? There's two of the strongest indicators are right here together that everybody in the world uses to trade. People in Europe are watching these same indicators as we are here in the United States. This is the 200 MA, okay? I would say, and again, this is just me, I would say that's the second strongest indicator that we use personally. VWAP is the number one indicator. If you don't look at any other one, VWAP is the one. But you can see how much it respected this 200 moving average. And what's that mean? That creates a trend of the last 200 candles. Now, in this case, I'm in a 2-minute chart. So the last 400 minutes worth of candles, it does all the math and rather and creates a trend line. And it will respect that. You don't want to drop below the average price. So that's why that price is bouncing. VWAP is volume weighted average price. That is this yellow line is actually your strongest line. So that's those two you really got to watch as you come down to it. It didn't actually touch it, but sometimes trading stocks is like throwing hand grenades, right? Close is good enough. They don't always exactly touch. They get down there. So as you see these approach any indicators or any levels, like if I had a line drawn on here, right? You should chart out you don't want to ever trade without charting, putting levels on. Now I haven't traded this, that's why I have 0 lines. But I could trade or get levels on here real quick. If I switch to a 4-hour chart, Every one of these candles is a 4-hour level. So I can come right here, you know, click on my doodad up here so I can get my lines. Okay, so now, I can put a level right there, right? I can, so that's a good solid level. Hit that same area multiple times in a 4-hour period. Looking up here, I can go right up here. There's another level, right? I can draw lines. I've never traded this a day in my life, but it doesn't matter. As Aaron likes to say, a chart is a chart is a chart. Doesn't matter whether I'm trading Bitcoin. Doesn't matter whether I'm trading soybeans. Doesn't matter whether I'm trading currencies. Doesn't matter whether I'm trading the S&P 500. If you can get some lines charted on your chart, you're able to trade it because you can see where the strong levels of resistance and support is. Going up, when it hits a line, it would be resistance. You'll literally see it pause there. And if it comes back down, you'll literally see it pause at that line. Does it blow through them sometimes? Well, of course it does, right? There's a lot of volume, a lot of buyers and sellers. You'll get that. So you should never make a trade without some sort of levels charted. It don't take but a few minutes to do it, right? And as I scroll back, you can see now here's where it started. There's no other lines to go on this because they just started putting this on here today. So I'm very limited on what I can trade. Even though this is nano Bitcoin's been around forever, Webull just added it. So this is the limit of my information right here. Now that's on a 4-hour chart. So I got some pretty strong lines on here that I can use as levels. Now, right here, look, see now these two here hung together. Now I can also break this down. I can go to like a 1-hour chart and add some more lines right there. All these candles are now on 1 hour. So I can draw some lines there. I can make them different colors if you want, whatever floats your boat, right? It's your chart. You can do whatever you like with it. I don't. I used to do different colors, but then I kept forgetting what the colors were for, quite frankly. So I quit doing that. So I could do this with a 1-hour chart, add some additional lines of some strong points. I can go down to whatever else you want. I can say 2 minute. I trade a lot on the 2 minute and the 1 minute. So here's a 2 minute. I can smack me some lines on there. There's a level there where it stopped, pulled back, right? Here's where it came down. Look at this here. I just drew this line. Look how it touches that. Come down, touched it, bounced off, touched it again, bounced off, didn't quite bounce off, didn't quite touch it. Now it's testing it. Where am I at? There's my blue line. That's the 200. It's going to respect that. It's going to try to break through. It may, or just bounce and go the other way. So there's a level there. So I know that right now that's a good level because it hit it multiple times. See, over here it hit it. It can be tweaked a little bit, right? But here it came up, the wicks touched it, right there, it touched it. So I know that's pretty daggone good level for never trading this before, right? So now we're going to see if it'll break through this 200. This is a critical level. This could go either way. It can continue its downtrend. I would not enter a trade here until I see what it's going to do at here. I want to see this either decide it's going to bounce and go the other way, but the trend is down and the trend's always your friend. So you see how all the indicators, it's the 921.55, and then of course that's the 200 and the VWAP. These two are very strong. Some people use 50s. We use 200 just to kind of smooth things out a little bit. Again, it's your charts. You can do it how you like. If you think something works for you, then more power to you. But American Dream Trading, we try to keep it simple, not overcomplicated. The 1,000 different indicators on your chart because just like each one of these candles, I could draw a line right at the top of every candle, but that doesn't really show you much, right? Now you got a bunch of lines, so you want to have strong. You want to scroll back and forward, make sure that it's hitting that area multiple times. That's a pretty good level. See, like right here, I can draw a line right here, just even though I see it just in this one spot. Now I can scroll forward. Does it keep hitting that spot? Look, I just drew this line. Look how many times it hit that line. That tells me right there that's a pretty good indicating line right there. Look over here. Boom. See how simple that is? Get your lines on there. Once you do that, it only takes you a few minutes max to get something on your chart to where you can trade it. So now I have something that I can make judgments with. Right now my judgment's right here on this 200 that it's going to come back and hit that and bounce maybe. I'm thinking since the trend's down, it's maybe more likely. And you never know with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's so volatile. The trend is down and the trend your friend until it proves it's not. So I can come over here. Here's another tool that we have. It's called the L2 or the order book, right? This is an additional tool that you can use, okay? And I can kind of see where these are orders that's been placed but not executed yet. Now, people can cancel the orders, they can increase them, move them around. So it's an ever changing thing. You can see how volatile it is. Look how fast some numbers are moving. So it's just another tool you can kind of get a feel where it wants to go at the moment. It's looking like it wants to come down maybe to this 106 900 level-ish, 106.9, which is about where it's at right now. So it's going to hang out here. Right there it is, right there on that 9. So it's actually trying to go up, but the trend is still your friend. So if we're going to sit here and watch this, you would make a decision waiting to see, let it make a decision before you jump in. Even though I can jump in and jump out, there's really no sense risking my money for a sudden change of direction if I don't have to. So this is kind of like a danger Will Robertson type uh, trade. So I would not re-enter here right now. Can I play it once it breaks and hold below? Would I? I probably won't because VWAP's so close right there. I'd want to wait. If this continues down, I want to see it break and hold below VWAP. Then I'm in it all day long, as long as it stays below VWAP. But for right now, it's kind of just all crunched together. So what's that mean? Do I sit here and wait? Yeah, if that's what you want to do. If you want to trade Bitcoin, you just sit here, wait for it to make a decision. Either it's going to come down, or if it travels up the other way, you can play the upside. You can go up and down in a minute's notice when you're trading futures. So that's a great thing about it. If it goes up, $5, I make money. If it comes down $5, I lose money. Right? It works the same way. If you're going short and it goes down, you make every $5 increment, you make money. That's a tick. Each tick is $5. And if it goes up, when it's short, I lose 5 or lose each tick's 5. The tick has a value. So that's how we determine that. So I'm not going to do anything with this. So what am I going to do? For right now, I'm just going to go look elsewhere. I'm not going to sit here all day. I'm too hyper for that. So, what questions do we have? Anybody any questions? Okay, Johnny, by the way, Johnny said he could hear you just fine. Thank you for that. Good. So maybe I have that issue resolved. We'll find out. And by the way, one of the advantages of membership is they get to actually see my screen here. They're not getting that view like you are on TikTok. By the way, those on TikTok, if you want to, I don't know if you want to call it a better view, but I think it would be a better view. You can also check out our YouTube feed at American Dream Trading on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, LinkedIn, all the different social sites give you this. This is a temporary thing here right now because I don't have the hardware right now that I want to use to broadcast it to give you the live stream like we do on YouTube. I have to have another piece of hardware. Until I can do that, this will be the view. So if you don't like it, this view, feel free to go ahead over to the YouTube, go to American Dream Trading channel, and it'll be right there also. And when you go over there, click subscribe, like, and share so that you know whenever that feed goes there. And speaking of TikTok, I know you've all heard the news. Anybody that uses TikTok probably paying attention that there's maybe a potential of TikTok not being available after middle of January. So you might want to look at alternate feeds just in case the worst case scenario would happen. I hope it doesn't happen. I like TikTok. Um, so just check it out. It might be good to have some other ones. So if something happens, I know the government's already ordered the two main players with their app stores that on the 19th, they have to remove those apps from their app store so they won't be available. That doesn't mean TikTok won't work. It just means you're not going to get any updates. So eventually it would, not be a good thing for them. But a lot to be decided yet, a lot of unknowns. So we're not going to worry about that. But I would highly suggest you go to Twitch, Facebook, LinkedIn. If you have those accounts, YouTube, go to American Dream Trading's channel there, sign up, subscribe, and like and share. So that way, no matter what happens on any given day, you have different alternative accesses to reach us. So that said, who's got a question there? Johnny, you got a question for us down there in YouTube land today or not? Nice to have you with us. I did well today in the futures last night, Sunday night. Great thing about futures, you can start trading Sunday night. I did, what did I do? I did the Japanese currency and what else did I do? I did something else. I know I've traded, I can't remember exactly when I traded without looking at my history. I did the euro, I did the Japanese yen currency, um, oil, I did oil, I did a little bit of gold. I made 20 bucks or something on gold. Um, and then, of course, today I actually traded options in the open market today. Made some money. Nice. I did 10 contracts on IWM, which is the Russell 2000 in futures. And I also did pre-market trade stocks. Made a few bucks there also. So I had a pretty good day overall. So I had over a comma today. So that's a good thing. So good day. It is going to be a volatile week news-wise. Come midweek, the Fed's going to give their interest rate decision. And there are a lot of other big news, government release news this week. So it's going to be a little volatile week, especially as Tuesday and Wednesday roll around. And then there's more news on Thursday and Friday. So anyhow, just be aware of that. News is power. And that's one of the reasons we did well on some of these futures today, is because we knew what news was coming up before it actually happened. And part of your membership benefits with American Dream Trading, which you can get at americandreamtrading.com at our website or through our Discord. You can sign up for that as you get a weekly newsletter that provides all the economic news releases that's coming for the following week. Gives you what each day at what time it's going to occur, so that you can refer to that every single day and look at what's news is coming out, evaluate the strength of that news, okay, and whether you want to trade it and how you want to trade it. And then, of course, you have to see whether it was good news or bad news, because that'll affect the trade. But once you know what that news is and do a quick evaluation, you'll generally see a knee-jerk reaction anyway. So, and you can play it up or down depending how the news reacts. So, it's a nice thing to have. You also, with Coaches Indicators, you get Coaches 2.0 indicators for TradingView. That is only available to VIP Gold members. Coach has included it with futures membership. That would be this bottom screen with TradingView. Now, you do have to have a subscription to TradingView, of course. That's an independent program and run you about 15 bucks a month for that. But we give you this overlay that helps you decide to stay in a trade longer. It really helps you make trading decisions. Again, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to make money every time, but it really does help in the long run. I love it. It's a very effective tool, another tool to have in your tool belt. And that's free with your membership, in addition to the newsletter. And we have training from 12 to 4 p.m. each day. So we had already been trading for 2 hours before all you guys came in. So um, they were able to ask questions. If we deep dived into some trades, we discussed some of the members' trades they had. Wasn't quite sure what they were looking at, because we have brand new traders here and we have experienced traders. So we have a wide gamut of people in here. So it's a very good community. People come for the education, but they stay for the community. It's that good. If you ever watched any coaches live feed starting at 9 a.m. Eastern on all the socials, you'll see the kind of community. You'll just listen to how we interact with each other. So anyhow, what questions do we have? Members, Zoom members have an open mic. They can ask questions at any time. That's another benefit of the membership. So they get direct access to this screen on their computer, just kind of sort of like what you would see on YouTube, uh, except better. And there's no delay. There's a 20 to 30-second delay on the social feeds generally. So a lot of exciting things going on. And again, we're adding crypto here sometime during the first of the year. So we're excited about training people how to do crypto. So if you learn how to chart, learn how to understand these levels and the indicators, and put all that together with your education, you'll tend to be more successful than the average bear. So anyway, so here's Bitcoin. What did it do? Come down here. We looked at that 200. Look what it did. And of course, I had that level drawn there, which essentially was the same place. Look, it's bouncing off. Now it's working its way back up. Would I enter this trade yet? Can I make money on this trade? I could. I want to wait to see it break through this level here, break and hold above this. Then I have another indicator. It's kind of a minor one. It's a 55. It'll probably go through that if it makes it back up. But it could very well bounce off that. That could be another line of resistance. So I want to be a little cautious entering it. I'm not going to enter willy-nilly just because I can. I want to have increase the odds of me having a better trade. So we can watch this for a minute. It's trying to break that level, but it didn't, not yet, right? So that's at the 225 level. If I look at my L2, there's sellers selling off. Okay, they're trying to break through. There it goes. It's going to break through. So I want to see it break and hold though, because it can reverse real quick. Looking at my L2, that was the 220, 265 level. And I can see already that the price points are dropping. So it hasn't broken held yet. Yeah, I could pretty much tell what was going to happen before it happened by looking at my order book. Again, it's just things that may become, but there's no guarantee because these are unfulfilled orders. But it kind of gives you an idea what's going on out there actively. So it's a good thing I didn't enter that, even though it broke it temporarily. I want to see it hold above 285, right? 107, 285. Right now, they're only bidding 107, 270-ish, basically. Now it's even dropping. So this is going to pull back again if they're not careful here. So, but they're throwing orders in, so it could change in a heartbeat. I just want to make sure this is going to stay here before I say I'm going to buy it, because it could very well just go whoop, go back the other way. See what it's doing? See how they're fighting over the price? And you can see it jumping around like crazy up here. So still haven't entered the trade. I'm still not going to enter until I see something definitive. Right there's a good move. We'll see if it's going to hold it or not. I'm going to give it another second because why risk the biscuit until you see for sure that it's maybe going to go the other way. See how they're still fighting? Do I want to chance it? I could. Right? It's paper. I mean, it's not like I'm going to lose real money. But you want to trade your simulated account as it just like it's real money. We don't want anybody trading with a real account with real money while they're learning how to trade. Always trade with a simulated or we call it paper trading account. Every broker offers it. You don't have to use what we see here as Weeble. You know, there's TOS. There's a plethora of brokers out there, and they all pretty much give you a simulating trading program that you can trade in real time, treat it as a real trade, right? Um, and that way you learn the mechanics of getting in and out and learning the mechanics of what are you understanding what's on your screen. So you're not using real money, throwing real money away while you're training. That's just crazy. Don't do it. Always use paper trading. How long? That's up to you. Experienced traders, probably at least a month. Um, if you don't know anything about trading, don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry to lose money. Train first, trade less. So that's what we want you to do. We want you to train more, trade less. Education is the key. Knowledge is power, right? You hear that all the time. It's not just a cliche, it's the truth. You want to have an education and understand what's going on around you. And you have to look at the big picture to see what's going on. That's why I haven't jumped in this trade yet. There's still indecisive. There's a little minor level right here, if you want to say. See how these candles here came down? I'm not real worried about that. Now I might think about getting in this. I might be able to at least play it up to here. This is not as strong as an indicator. But let me show you what happens. I'll go ahead and buy one just for giggles, right? You always trade with a stop in place pre-programmed. See, I got a 30 tick stop. And how I put that in, here's my order. It's been fulfilled, one contract. This is my stop. At worst case, if this pulls back to this red line, it'll stop me out. That limits your loss. Now, once this gets up above where I bought it, say it gets up above this orange line you see here, Once it breaks through and holds above that, then I can start moving my stop up and locking in my green. I'm locking in my money, right? So, but it may not. It may get up here and just pull back because now we're at another level here. See, I could actually draw a line there because boom, right there. See how these ones over here to the left kind of bebopped around a little bit. Again, I try to resist the urge to throw a bunch of lines on every candle because then it just becomes a mess, right? So there's no sense going crazy about it. You want to get strong levels. Do I scroll back? Is this a strong level? Let me look. Yeah, pretty good, ain't it? Here's a bunch of them I hit here. May not be as strong. The line can be tweaked a little bit, but it's pretty. There's a bunch here. Hit there, here, and there. Yeah, I'll stick with that line, right? These other ones respected it. Why won't this? So let's see if this breaks through here or not. Now, had I drawn that line prior to that, I might have waited another minute or two, but I could have jumped in here. But I just want you to see that you always, never, as Ange said, for God's sake, people, don't ever trade without a stop, right? For the love of God, that's how she said it, right? For the love of God, never trade without a stop. That limits your downside, how much money you'll lose. And then once you get green, it'll also lock in your profits if it pulls back. No sense being up $100 and letting it come clear back to where you bought it, right? That's silly. So once this does break through, if it does, then I'll be able to move my stop up. So we'll watch this for a second. We played it down. Now we're playing it up. Could I have jumped in down here? Yeah, but it'd been kind of risky, right? But I could go in and out if you want to do it that way. But it's still just kind of taking its time. Volume's kind of holding its own here, these volume candles. See here, slide this up out of the road. These are the volume of buyers and sellers. It's kind of holding its own. It's a little lower rate at the moment. But a lot of that's indecision because people are waiting for a breakthrough here before they go jumping back in. But I'm in it for demonstration purposes. Will I make a few bucks? I don't know. Find out. Right now, I'm not. So you may very come down here and touch this line. If it does, it'll stop me out. See that? Now I'm gonna. It just now canceled my order, closed me out. I lost money, but it limited how much I lost. All right. Do I like losing money? No. I don't even like losing money paper trade. But see how that works? If this thing keeps going down, what makes you mad is when it just comes down for a second and stops you out and goes right back, which I can jump back in. That is the power of having a stop loss in place, pre-programmed before you trade. Did I lose money on that trade? Yeah, but I didn't lose $10,000 on that trade. I lost a couple bucks because that stop was there to save me, right? So, power of a stop. It stops losses and it locks in profits once it gets green and you slide it up. Now you can see the volume diet is just kind of sitting here now, right? So, that's how that works. Questions? What do we have for questions? Hello? Anybody there? Moderators, we got any questions out there right now? TikTok? What's TikTok saying right now? Anybody? Let me look at my screen here real quick. Hang on a minute. Okay, welcome Eric, welcome Ackwood, welcome Karen, welcome Perla, welcome Jeff, glad to have you here. Welcome Titron, good to have you here. Jamie, nice to have you here on TikTok. Welcome, say hi, give us a thumbs up, click subscribe, click notify so that you're notified of all our feeds. This is AmericanDreamTrading.com. You can join our free Discord at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Click sign up for the free Discord. It's absolutely free, no strings attached. You can come in and communicate with other members in the stock lounge. You can kick the tires, see what we have, what we're made of. You get access to some free training videos and documents right off the bat. You can get a discount for trading view indicators and more. If you do decide to step it up and buy a membership right now, and I can't tell you how long they're going to last. We have 2 left. We had 10. We got 2 left. Normal membership's $2,500 a year. We now have it on sale for Christmas for $1,000. There's only 2 left. Once them are gone, they're gone. The website's programmed, so once them 2 are sold, it will not accept anymore. So you go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, click on the futures membership, go through the pages at the checkout. Okay, there's a discount code box, there always is one, right? Buy anything online. If that company's offering a discount on a product, whatever, there's a discount place to put the discount code. We have one on there. You have to enter this word in that discount code box. Christmas. It's that simple. What season is it? Christmas. So you enter Christmas in the discount code box, click apply coupon. It should show you automatically that you're getting this membership for 1,000 instead of 2,500. Excuse me, I want to get a drink here. Anyway, American Dream Trading at the checkout for futures membership, enter the code Christmas and automatically get the membership for $1,000 instead of 2,500. That's over 60% off, less than 90 bucks a month. If you want to look at it that way, where else are you going to get that type of education? Now, as you see here, we were in this Bitcoin, and I'm not really trading on Bitcoin. I'm trading on a chart and an inner trade. See, if I didn't have a stop, look how much more money I would have lost right now if I hadn't sold it. Look at all that extra money. I was up here, right? But my stop prevented further losses. Now, can I play this to the downside? Yeah, right away. You can jump in if it's in a downtrend. You can jump right back in it, play the down. All I got to do is click a button here. Let me show you. Boom. There it is. There's my stop up here once it's initiated, right? So we'll give it a second. Paper trading takes a second for it to actually show it. It does initiate the buy on simulation, of course, at that price, the current price, real price. So now it shows I got a -1 shares. That means I'm shorting it. So now I am betting this is going to go down. Again, I just did this, not really betting anything, because I just kind of threw this in here. But I want you to see, because I have my stop pre-programmed, it's right here. So the worst case, if this goes upward, it can't go any higher than that. That limits my loss up. So now again, I'm limiting my loss, right? I wouldn't have took this trade in real life. I just want to show you the importance of limiting your liability right here, right? Now, as this gets below where I bought it, which is right here, right, I'll start sliding my stop down in an attempt to lock in my profits. It's off of here, up here. There's where I got in. What's that say? 45. So I actually got it right there. That's my purchase price right here. So it's got to go below that line for me to get green. So I have to give it some room, give it a little bit of breathing room. It's in a bad spot. Like I say, in real life, I wouldn't enter this, but I want to keep showing you how stops benefit you. It reduces your downside. If I don't even want to lose this much money, I can go tighter if I want, right? But I got to give it some room to move because this is a volatile thing. It's going to be about, you can see how big these candles are, right? It's got a wide spread. So I want my stop initially to be wide to give it some room to breathe, as we call it, right? Because I don't want just one candle killing me, right? So you want to give it some room to move around. So once this breaks and holds down here, then I'll slide my stop in, and that'll lock in, guarantee that I go home with money. So we'll watch this for a second. I'm doing the same thing. Stops, never trade without a stop. That's extremely important. I can't stress that enough. So where am I at now? It's trying. Let's see if this breaks down here. This red line's where I entered at. So right now, technically, I am green. Nope, I'm not. See, it didn't hold it. It popped. That's why you always want to wait for a confirmation at every level that you get in. So entry is the key. If you get in too late, then it's that much tougher to hold the profit that you have, right? Where was my entry? It was up here a little higher. I probably could have got in here when it broke through and held underneath that. But I waited because I was talking, right? So I'm here. But I am shorting this, so I do want this price to come down. So it wants to come down this way. Questions on stops and how we use them. I'll wait. There it goes. It might get stopped out on this trade. It's trying to reverse direction. Maybe, right? It could very well just be a pullback and then testing. Because whenever it sits any one place for too long, people get nervous, right? If it's going down and it stops going down, people think, well, if I make any problem, now see, it's stopped me out right here. Now it's broke. It's right here where my stop's at. Once you have a stop set, you should never move it out of the way in hopes that it's going to go back the other way. That's how you lose. That's how you lose your account. Let the stop do what it's supposed to. Was that stop tight? Yeah, probably. Again, I wouldn't have really made this trade. I just want to show you. See that? That limited my loss on that. If I had not had that stop in there and this thing continues to go up, I'd have lost a lot more money. See, it's still going back upward. All right. So that saved me, even though I lost it, it saved me from losing more. Good. That's enough of that. Any questions on stops? It's one of coach's rules: never trade without a stop. Zoom users and our paid members, what questions do you have? Any questions? Hello? Are any of our future members here? Or am I here all by myself? Which is it?
You're not by yourself.
All right. Good afternoon, Ralph. You're here. I see Ralph's in the house. Good to see you,
I'm
Ralph.
here
Cool.
just at work.
Just at work. Good, good. Glad to have you here. Any questions? What's the deep desire in your heart? What's going on in TikTok? Anybody on TikTok have a question they want answered? Do our best to answer it live. Make sure you're liking, sharing, and being notified whenever you want to know whenever we go live, so you don't miss any of our broadcasts. We do broadcast live every day, Monday through Friday. We do broadcast live every day from 2 to 4. It's a free service we provide to our community. You can get a taste of what we do here, some of our educational services that we do provide. Um, we do start actual training at noon Eastern time every day. So we did training for 2 hours before you guys got to see it. Eric, you don't have to be a member to ask a question. If you're on one of our social medias watching for free, feel free to ask a question. You do not have to be a paid member to ask a question. What platform am I using? Dennis asks. Well, I'm using Webull. It's the broker's Webull. It's a free program to download to trade with. Um, and it's fully customizable. Each one of these little windows you see are called widgets, and there's tons of them that you could use. It's fully customizable for what you want, what information you want to see. So every one of these little boxes is a widget. You can put whatever you want for whatever you're trading in there, and you can move them around. You know, you just grab them, slide them around, put them back. You can save your settings, so you can have screens for trading futures. You can have screens for trading stocks. You can have screens for trading options. It's all fully customizable. So, but you can use whatever you're comfortable. If you're using, a lot of our users have TOS, and they love it. You can use whatever you like, whatever you know, whatever you're comfortable with. Feel free to use it. We still give the same education, same principles apply. Um, but this is Weeble. It's free. It's what Coach uses to teach every day. So we try to remain consistent. Pick one platform. Doesn't mean this one is superior to any other. It's not. I like it. I'd have never used Toss. I've used a few other brokers, but I like Weeble. It's pretty simple to use once you get the hang of the basics, what's going on. So, yes, I just um, brought up my own TikTok account here. So, uh, what else is there? You got other people asking about different stocks. I do need you to know that neither I or anyone else at AmericanDreamTrading.com, we're not licensed financial advisors. We will never give out financial tax or investment advice at any time. Neither anything we show on our screen. This is for educational purposes only. You can ask opinions, but I would never tell you buy this, sell that, get in now, get out now. We never do that. Nobody at American Dream Trading will ever do that. We're not a call out group. If you're hanging out call out groups, you're wasting your time. What happens when that guy or gal goes away, right? The feed gets shut down. Now what do? You don't have a clue what to do. Our approach is to educate you to be able to do all this on your own so that you're not dependent on any individual, right? So, once you learn a skill, it doesn't matter whether it's day trading, whether it's playing a guitar, like I do. Once you learn it, you have that skill for life. Nobody can take it away from you. So, any of these people that call out or charge for call outs, don't waste your time. Learn how to trade. Learn how to make decisions about getting in and out of a trade. All right. Um, and that's the main goal here. Coach is a coach. He teaches, spends his day trading and training all day long. So if you haven't seen Coach, feel free to look him up there. He's broadcast trading stocks from 9 a.m. to around 11. He's live, same place, these same feeds. If you haven't seen him yet, how do I make money on the downside? Well, when you're playing the upside, it's called a long position. And when you want to go to the short side, the down, in other words, I'm betting it's going to go down. If you're shorting the stock, you click. So to buy a long position, you hit the green button to buy. And when you want to get out of it, what would you do? You would sell it, right? Now, when you're selling on the downside, you're essentially, I mean, it's like buying a put, but you're essentially borrowing against it. So you would sell a share or contract in this case. And then when you want to take your profit, you would buy it back. And that's how the difference between them two is how you make your money. So when you're shorting it, that's red. Think of when I'm shorting, it's red, right? And I'm betting it's going down, so that's a red, right? So I want to see that, so I would click the red button to buy it. And when I've made enough green and I want to get out of it, I would click the green button to buy it back, and then that executes the trade, and you're done. So, yep, selling first, then buying it back. That's a short. That's how you do that. Now, great thing about futures, if the future goes up $1 and I make $1, I make whatever it is per tick. So if it goes up $1, I make $1. If it comes down $1, I lose $1. If it goes back up, I make that dollar back. That's a great thing about futures, right? It's a fixed price, right? So unlike options, if it goes down $1, I might have to make $2 back to get my dollar back because of contracts and options, you have to deal with the Greeks. You don't have any of that here. Now let's look at this Bitcoin. I don't mean to be just showing you Bitcoin. We can trade anything you want. But now it's broke back up through, it's changed directions, making a push to the upside. Now it's sitting on this 55 indicator. I'm going to wait here. I'm going to make a decision. I may get back in this trade again. Now it broke through all that, right? So if it's going to break above this level, what it's at right now, if I look across, there's some more levels it's got to go through. So I'm going to wait and see. Is this strong enough position for me to warrant getting in it? It might very well be. We don't know. We'll give it some time here to see. I'd like to see it move at least back up to here, that 570 mark. What's the L2 show? Right now, it's not showing that's going to go up there. So it's sitting here waiting. So I know I'm not going to enter this trade. I can tell you that right now, I won't. because it's sitting right here. Where it's sitting right on that indicator, which is basically a resistance support area. So yeah, that five, I want to see 570, 570, is that what I said? But ideally, I'd like to see it here, 550. I don't see any of the numbers here on the L2, so it's pulling back a little bit. So I won't enter that trade. I'll ignore it. DJ Vinny's in the house. Good to see you, DJ. Vinny, one of our members, paid members. He's been paper trading also in the futures, learning away. He's a very successful day trader, does very well with uh, stocks and options, and he's learning his way around here with the futures market. He's doing the way, even though he's an experienced trader, he is still doing it the way you're supposed to. Paper trade first, right? You can paper trade all day long. So I'm going to ignore this, but I just want you to see that's the main lesson there was to show you that always trade with the stop. We can go look at anything we want. We can go look at the indexes if you want. We can go look at NASDAQ. What's the NASDAQ doing? Boy, the people got in NASDAQ, the NASDAQ 100 or the Qs, look at that. That thing has gone to the moon all day long. Is it still a good trade? Yeah, it's still a good trade. Now, what happens at the last hour of the day? We're getting that right now. What do we call the last hour of the day? There's a term for that. What's it called?
Power hour.
Power hour. There's a member that speak up. There we go. Yes, now we're in the power hour. And why do we call it the power hour? It's very volatile. It's the end of the day. People that make profits are going to want to lock in their profits. Let me ask you a question. If you was in this NASDAQ 100 trade at the beginning of the today, so today started right here. Let's just say at the open of the market. Obviously, futures trade 24/7. Let's just say you woke up and got in at 9 a.m. Right here's where you got in. I can draw a line here. All right. Let's make that a bright color so you can see it. Make it real thick. So we got in right here at this level. If you got in first thing this morning, right? Oops. I'm by get the yellow here. Let's make it real thick so it stands out so you can see it on your screens. So this is where I got in this morning if I had. I didn't, but at 9:30 this morning, okay, when the regular market opened. Look at this. You don't think, look how far that profit's up there. Now, let me ask you a question. If the stock market trading is about over for the day, do you want to hold that overnight or do you want to guarantee that you take your profits home? What would you do? Most likely. Kind
I'm
of
getting
trader.
out and taking profit.
There you go. I'm taking my money, taking my ball, and going home. I'm going to get out. Well, guess what? A million other people are thinking that way too, right? It's up so high. It's at a record high, obviously, right now. Record high. It's never been this high before. I can guarantee you I'm going to sit here. I'm going to ride this for a little bit if I was already in it, which I'm not. But if I was, I'm going to sit here with my finger on the button. I'm going to have my stop real tight, right? Give it a little bit of room to move. But I'm going to sit here and see if I can squeeze another couple drops of profit out of it, right? But at some point, I'm like, nah, it's time to go home, right? Slide your stop in, lock your profit. It's dipped down below the 9 a little bit here. It's kind of, it's got to go back up here to break another high. I might wait and see a little bit. But honestly, if I'd gotten in this trade down here, and if I'd had the fortitude to ride that all day long like that, power hour, that would scare me. I would be taking my money and going home. But everybody's got different, you know, levels of scared, if you want to call it that, risk that they're willing to take. And I'd rather lock in and guarantee it, right? So if I exit this trade now, I guarantee all that profit I made all day long. That'd be a beautiful thing. So what if it goes up after that? It could very easily go the other way, right? It could knife drop in the other. People start selling off all at one time. Guess where it's going? Choo, down the drain. So the last hour of the day is a very dangerous time to be trading. It's really only meant for skilled traders. Coach always recommends that if you're not an experienced trader, that you don't trade in the first half hour or in the last hour of the day. It's even more specific, the last half hour of the day also. Last 15 minutes, it really gets crazy because people are locking into profits, selling off. But at the same time, people looking for a sale might wait until it gets down, drops so much, and then they'll start buying it and it can go the other way, go right back up again. So it can get pretty crazy. Fridays are really, really super volatile. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is triple witching week also. So this Friday, I believe, is this third week? Is this the third Friday this month? I believe it is. So this will be triple witching, which means you got stock contracts, you got option contracts, future contracts expiring this week all at the same time. It's a huge amount of money. So it really gets insane. People dumping things because they either got to sell their contracts or let them expire worthless. What would you do, right? So they will really be watching. Now, what we got going on here is you can see if I draw a line here, even though this is a record high, it didn't just shoot up here. It went up, pulled back, dropped down, went back up the exact same level. What's it doing there? So that would be called a double top. It tried it again. It pulled back, went up, it tried it again. Kind of didn't really pull back a lot, but then it did pull back. Now it tried it again. Now it's trying to break through. So that's a triple top. That's a great trade. It can go either way on you. It's trying to break through and break new highs. So, as a general rule, if you want to call it that, the odds are that it's going to drop on a double or triple top. But you don't make that decision arbitrarily. You got to wait and see what it's going to do. But you need to be prepared, right? One way or the other. This looks like it's going to try to break. It's trying. It's darn. It's breaking hold through there yet. It's kind of amazing this time of the day, right? So if you was in this trade right now, what would you be making? You would be making some money, right?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
So if you're still in that trade, you're still making money. So it's crazy, ain't it? How things you think people that's enough profit they would get out, but they're still pushing it up for whatever reason. Me, I'd have been out of that. When it started doing this triple top, especially after the second time, I probably would like, I'm done. But that's where your skill and your patience and being an experienced trader comes in because the more experience you have, you've seen these things 1,000 times. A double triple top is one of the best trades you can take. Double triple bottom, one of the best trades because it's got to make a decision one way or the other. It's either going to break through and keep on going that way, or it's going to reverse and you can uh, use that and make money as it goes opposite way. So good. Hey, thank you, Lord, for the flowers. Appreciate it. Sending all them. Vinny, for your whatever that thing is. What is that? An ice cream cone? Oh, look, we got some little dinosaurs. Tiny Dinies, is that what they call them? I don't know. How about all that hip on that stuff? I'm trying to get down and be hip. Am I too late? Is it too late? Can you be hip at 60 in your 60s? I don't know. We'll find out. What questions do we have? Uh, how do you get out if your stops break? That is a great question. Now, I'm not saying that will never happen in futures. We are finding it's less likely to happen because the futures market is so liquid, right? There's so much action. I have yet to have a stop that hasn't working. Is it possible? Well, sure it is. Big knife drops usually where you see that kind of thing. So you have to know how to get out of a position. Now, one of the easy ways to do it is to come over in your positions widget. If I was in something here, let me put one in here without a stop. I'll take my stop off on purpose, even though I said never trade without a stop. Of course, this is fake money. This is a simulated account. I'm not using my real. So now I'm trading without a stop. See, you see a stop on my screen, right? Because this could happen, right? If you uncheck it for some reason. All right, so now I'm in this trade. Oh my gosh, I forgot to put my stop in, or it went through the stop and the stop didn't work because that could happen. I've seen it in the stock market. I've seen it in options. Usually, when you get a humongous knife drop, all right, I'm losing money now. I'm losing my mind, right? I'm freaking out. So what you can do is come over here. See, look, I lost 90 bucks that fast. Right? In the NASDAQ, one contract. I'm down $90. I want to sit here and wait for this to keep going? No. So you can come over in your positions widget, come over here at close, right? Or you can come over here and close an order entry, right? Or you can just click the close button, and I can come over right here and change what kind of, if I want to do it at a certain price. Best thing is if it's an emergency, you want to get out it now, you put in a market order, right? I would choose market order, bam, place the order, and it would fill the order. If you're okay where you're at, you just forgot maybe to put the stop on her, you didn't check the box, and you're like, dang it, and you're not freaking out or anything because it's going against you. You can also come in here and you can add a stop. So I can come in here, put a limit sell, right? Limit stop, however you want to do it, right? I can put a stop in there. I can determine what number I want. Let's just say I'm going to type in clear way down here. 22, oops, 22, what's that number there? 130. So you can actually put in the exact price. Yeah, I guess that's right. Or you can do it by percentage. So I can actually put a stop in there and I can go boom, and it'll put it in. See, now there's my stop, clear down there. It did it automatically. That's why you paper trade. You need to know how to do these things. Most all brokers have a minimum of 3 to 4 different ways of getting in and out of a trade. There, I forgot to put a stop in simulated, right? Of course. So I can actually go in there and modify my order after it's already filled and add my stop. So I did that, right? So positions, I can go in here, close, right? You can go by here, close by limit order, or you can just click the word close and it'll bring this up automatically. That's usually easier. Then you can change here how you want it to do it. You just pick the right one that you need. If I want to get out of this trade right away, let's say I didn't have my stop, all right? Close the stop out. You can cancel your stops anytime. Just click that little X. All right, so let's say I forgot my stop and it's gone against me and I'm freaking out, right? So I can do that same thing, but change this to market, and then it'll just sell it at market order. Get down here, place it, boom, it put the sell order in. You watch, it'll sell it, right? Now again, paper trade takes a few seconds. If this was a real trade, it would have already sold off. It would disappeared already. There, see that? So now I'm out of that position. So that's 2 different ways of getting out of a trade. You can set the price you want it to be. If you're in a hurry to get out, you're freaking out, make it a market order, bam, you get whatever it sells it at, and you move on, right? One trade at a time. You have a trade go against you? Okay, well, hopefully you learned something. Try not to repeat it. And but you got to know that. So that's one way you can do it in there, which is multiple ways you can do it within that. You can usually come up to your trade widget. There's usually a classic trade. With this one, with Webull, they have the Turbo Trader built in with a classic trade. So I can come up here and do the same thing. I can enter a trade at a specific price. I can put in stops here also, right? So it's kind of, you can do it there too also. So that's another way. Then you have the classic trade. You can right click on your chart. I can buy. Let me go up here. Let's just say I want to enter a trade. I never do it this way. I have done it, but I don't. I can go like that, and it'll execute a trade. Right there. See that? How I place the order. Now, if I want to sell, I can come down here and say sell at that price. Boom. Now, once that's there, I can move that. Okay. You don't actually have to click the exact spot. You can click it, and then I can slide this up. Let's just say it goes that far against me. Boom. See how that worked? Close me out instantly. Boom. So there's 4 different ways right there. So you need to know how to do all that. And that's what the purpose of paper trading, right? Now, what happens if my power goes out? What if my computer burns up? I'm on a desktop here. What if my computer burns up? Now what do I do? I can't get out of the trade, right? Don't do good to move the mouse around the screen if the computer's dead. So you have to have a backup device. Have to know if you have a cell phone, download every broker's got a cell phone version of their trading program, right? It's not going to look as pretty or nice as that. It's not going to have all the options. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a totally different look and feel how it operates. So you need to learn download that, put that on your phone, know how it works, right? You have to actually do trades so that you know how to do it, so that you know, and you're knower that you know that you know. So make sure you know if you haven't got my drift yet. Do that. Is Weeble, and also tablets. Again, if your internet goes down, you know, you got to have a cellular backup. Do you have a backup cell phone? What if you're on Verizon and Verizon network goes down? Do you have a Sprint or T-Mobile? Yeah, Sprint's not around anymore. Yeah. T-Mobile. Yeah, what other alternate cell phone plan do you have? Do you even have go that far? I don't go that far having an alternate cell phone, but you know, for $50 a month, if I lose more than that on one trade, which was worth it? Not having it or having it, right? Save lots of money. Uh, Ace Acer586 asks on TikTok, is Weeble worth it if you already have a Charles Schwab / Thinkorswim account? Are you happy there? Does it work? Can you trade successfully on it? As long as you're happy there, you trade whatever you want to trade. There's advantages and disadvantages to every broker. So as long as you can trade and you like it, I hear nothing but good things about them. I know there was some unhappiness when they switched over and changed their platform because nobody likes change. I don't know. Everybody I hear talk about them kind of speaks highly of them with their customer service. If you're unhappy, take a look at other platforms. It doesn't have to be Weeble. I like Weeble. I've never had TOS, so I can't speak on it. But we have a high percentage of our members that are using it. They I know they weren't unhappy. They weren't happy with the change that happened, but they're still with them, right? You adjust and learn. If you're happy with it, there's no real reason to change other than, you know, comparing fees. I don't know what one charges different than the other, right? You can Google it, I'm sure, and find answers or talk to other people that's got different platforms, tell you what kind of fees there are. You know, if you're a high volume trader, there's other platforms that might be better because it would save you money in fees. If you're a low volume fee trader, it probably don't matter as much, right? So, yeah, not one really any better, just as long as you know how to use it. Each one of them is going to have something you probably don't like, right? We're picky people. But if you're comfortable making trades and you're confident with the platform you're currently using, I don't really see any reason to trade to leave any one for any other one, as long as you're happy, right? Why do people get divorced? They're not happy, right? If you're happy, what do you want to get a divorce for? So now we have had members leave Toss and come over and go to Weeble, and they like it. But again, it's just purely I'm not telling you to leave them. You do whatever you want to do. You can download it for free and play around with it. You don't have to fund it to try it out, right? Like anything else. You can play around with it, paper trade it, see how it looks, how it feels. This is Weeble that's on my screen. Okay. Fully customizable. I like it. Pretty simple to use. Got widgets just like any other major broker will have. Widgets that you can move around and customize and change the colors and all that kind of stuff on it. So I would say, you know, my main driver to change would be they're not filling my orders properly or the fees are too high. It would only be the reason I would ever think leaving Weeble. Uh, right now, I have no real reason. I'm comfortable. I'm happy. You know, they've improved over time. Matter of fact, they just added Nano Bitcoin and Nano Ether. You can actually see it on. If you got here late, we were trading it earlier. You can actually trade it. Well, you can't actually trade it. You can paper trade it. It now shows up today on our widget. So now you can actually trade Nano Bitcoin and Nano Ether on top of Micro and Minis. So now I think it's going to be within the next couple of days. It'll be active. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows what day? They had a couple of members open up a ticket and say, "Hey, what's up with that? I can see it here, but I can't trade it." So they've kicking it off. You can play around with it, see what you think, and then it'll become live. They've been increasing their offerings too. So hope that answered your question. What other questions do we have? Try to answer anything you want. The point I want to make too is if once you learn how to do charting, it doesn't matter really what you're trading. I mean, everything has its own flavor, right? You know, I like crude oil. It's one of my favorite overall, probably. Um, but then again, I'm finicky, so it doesn't really matter to me. If we want to do energy, I haven't even looked at oil for hours, so I don't even know what it's doing. I'm reading reports that we got a glut of oil. We'll probably have a glut of oil all through next year, even with OPEC restricting output. They're talking about they may have a glut all through next year. Hey, look, it's a shoe. Um, what does he see here right now? Touched here, touched there. You got a minimum of a double bottom. Look how many times it tried to break through there and it didn't. What did it do after it hit it a bunch of times? It went up. Is history going to repeat itself? Probably, right? It hasn't broke through. However, it is getting the last part of the day. Now, I understand this trades till after 4 o'clock, right? Fed asks, are you expecting a good January for stocks? Or did we cover that? No. And it doesn't matter if we cover it. Feel free to ask any question. Um, well, usually they say in December, right? You have a Santa rally, they call it, right? People get excited. They start trading more. They start getting rid of their positions for tax purposes, right? End of the year. People will sell off their dogs, right? Take profits or take losses to get rid of their bad positions so they can write it off on their taxes type of thing. So you get a lot of volatility, a lot of action that they call the Santa rally, right? Christmas time. Well, what happens after the end of the year? People are already done all their trading, got rid of their positions for tax purposes for January 1st. So what do you think happens in January? Just the opposite, right? Typically, January, February are very slow months. Doesn't mean it will be at any given year, right? A lot going on in the world right now, a lot of volatility. There's wars, rumors of wars, conflicts, governments fighting inflation. We got in our own country, you have a change of power, right? New other president coming in. So there's a lot going on. But typically, January, February are slow months as far as trading goes. But there's always something out there moving. There's 10,000 stocks you can trade. There's hundreds of options you could trade. There's hundreds of futures you can trade. You just go with whatever, wherever the action's at, right? Instead of making $1,000 in 5 minutes, you may have to sit there for an hour to make 1,000. Who knows, right? We don't know. My crystal ball is broke. I'm sorry, it's out in the shop. So until I get it back, I really won't be able to accurately predict the future, and I never would be able to anyway. I'm just joking, right? So yeah, but that is the typically what happens. A lot of activity, a lot of good things, a lot of good movement that you can capitalize on um, in December, and then it kind of gets really boring in January, February. You just got to redirect, and that's why I like futures. I've started out trading options and stocks. Now I can trade futures. I can trade crypto. So I have more tools in my tool belt at the end of this year than I did at the beginning of the year. I know how to chart, so I'm not afraid to trade anything anymore, right? I'm not. There's investment vehicles I would never trade, right? But I used to think futures were ultra risky. I had no idea until I actually got in and started looking at it. We started training and looking at it and reading about it. I love them. I actually do. I just love them. It's kind of like just trading stocks. Again, there's always a risk of losing money. You can actually lose more money than you invest if it pulls back on you, and you're not trading with a stop. That's why you never trade with a stop. You're guaranteed how much money you will lose if it happens to dramatically pull back. How long have I been trading personally? I've been with American Dream Trading for it'll be my 2 year anniversary here in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1st of January, first part of January. Um, I have invested and traded. Um, long-term buy and hold type of trading, right? I was actually a president of our investment club where I worked at for years. We did very well on that. We averaged 18% at the time when those were kind of unheard of returns. So we did very well with our little, there were just like 10 or 12 of us in our investment club at work. And we meet once a month back in the day. That was before you could buy and sell stuff online. You actually had to call them to place the order. And then why we had that, it was active for, I don't know, it was over 5 years at least. Then online trading came on. And I think thinking it was E-Trade. Was E-Trade one of the first ones that you could start trading online that you didn't have to use the big name brokers? Trading, I think it was like $7.99 a trade or something like that. That kind of revolutionized everything. And that trade. So then we were able to at least execute a trade on our own at that time. So yeah, things really trade. Now you can sit in your basement and trade, right? You can do it on your cell phone, your tablet, right? It's crazy how things have changed in this. So now I can sit here full time. So yeah, I do have trading experience now. However, I've only been day trading for 2 years. So yeah, it's a whole new world. I do this full time. I worked in a factory as a middle manager, you might say, the boss, the shift, the boss of other bosses, type of thing. So I worked middle management almost all my life in a mostly union shop factories, different places. Economy would change, right? We'd have a recession. Every time a recession came, I'd get laid off. Well, after last layoff I had, I decided that's it. I'm not. A friend of mine that's a member here at American Dream Trading introduced me to it. Coach on YouTube. I watched him actually on YouTube a couple days. Loved what I saw. Joined, paid for an annual membership right away. I didn't waste any time, and I just jumped in with both feet in the fire, and I work for no man anymore. So I do this full time. Understand that I was well paid for my efforts in the factory. I enjoyed all my jobs that I had. I was well rewarded. Union shop, I was making good wages also as a supervisor because everything they got, I got, right? So I was very well compensated, highly compensated, and I have never looked back. I'm doing this full time, and I've made a minimum of the same amount of income I was making working 12-hour shifts in a factory 5 to 7 days a week. So I do not miss it. Matter of fact, don't think at this point in my life I could ever go work for anybody else ever again. The biggest, I'll tell you what, it's not even the money, right? As long as I got enough money to pay my bills, that's all I care about. That's all I need. If I got a dollar more than what my bills are, I got more than I need, right? It's the freedom of time that I can get up and walk away at any time, go do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it. I want to go lay on the couch for the rest of the day, right? Um, and we have people of all ages and experience in here. They're retiring every month because they've gotten it. Anne's retired. I'm not going to guess how Anne is. I know she's mentioned about what age she's about to hit a special birth date here shortly, a certain decade. I won't say what it is unless she wants to. But she just quit her 9 to 5 job here a while back. Said no, she's already proved she could do it. She ain't no more, no more. Have all kinds of stories like that. Coach has actually helped over. It's got to be over 200. I think he says he likes to say it's 160, but I just from listening, it's been that number for a long time. But it's got to be well over 200 now, easily.
That's my goal. Quit my 9 to 5.
There you go. Got to have goals in life, right? Ain't a goal unless you write it down and tell other people about it. So, yes, I am not a licensed financial advisor. We cannot give out. No one at American Dream Trading is a licensed financial advisor, so we will never give out financial investment or tax advice at any time. So we are here to educate you. You don't have to have a plaque on the wall to be good at what you do to prove to somebody else that you're good at what you do, right? Proof's in the pudding, right? Thanks for the question. What other
Still making
questions?
my pudding.
There you go. And we have people working their 9 to 5 full time and still trade. So, you know, eventually they'll decide, hey. For those of you on TikTok that have been coming in here on a regular basis, I move my camera off to the side. Is that better for you or worse for you? I notice it's the glare of my basement lights is on it. It's not quite as sharp, but you like that side view, or did you like just a straight on view better? Let me know in the comments. And today we have our futures membership on sale. We have 2 left out of 10. It's normally $2,500 a year. It's on sale till those 2 are gone for $1,000. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and scroll down to the futures membership. Click on that. Fill out the appropriate things. At checkout, you'll see a checkout discount code, right? And in there you put in the word Christmas. Christmas is a discount code. Click apply. You'll see that it puts down your um, the price down to $1,000. Make sure it says that before you finalize your purchase. So
It works. It worked for me.
good. See, there's one person took advantage of it right there. And guess what? You get instant access immediately into everything that we offer. You get the uh, get instant access into the stock lounge. We're in the futures lounge where you can communicate with other members. You get the weekly newsletter where we outline at a minimum of all the economic government releases from around the world: Japan, France, Germany, London, Switzerland, Japan at a minimum. Plus, there's other educational materials and stuff that's included in that every week. You get access to coaches indicators for TradingView. If you have a TradingView subscription, that also included in there. And that's a thing that's just reserved for VIP and VIP Gold members. Coach throws that in there also. Um, and we have training from noon to 4 every day. So you're getting a minimum of 20 hours of training per week, minimum. So you also get instant access to all the training materials and videos and documents that we've created prior to today, and anything that would come in the future, future in the futures, right? So, and we also have other membership packages, and you can find all that information at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Yeah, come on. Is that all excited you can get? Also, if you haven't done so already, I'm going to give you a free offer right now. Who wants something for free today? Free? You want something free just for listening today? Who wants free? Nobody likes free? Free? If you like,
Always, always.
all right. If you like free, type a 1 in your chat box so I know you're listening at least. There's no sense listening. If nobody's listening, I'll give you the free offer. What do you think about that? Right? Free, 111. There's free, free membership, free good, free is good. Anybody else? Well, I guess there's only a couple people want something free. JC, I do see your questions in the YouTube. Yes, I wonder if they see these questions. Yes, I do, JC. I answered Arthur's question right above you. How do you get out of if your stop breaks? Keith Helm, I see you on TikTok. DJ Vinny, I see you Zuzu over at TikTok. Also, Robert Think Rich just popped in. Free is good. All right. Well, if you go to AmericanDreamTrading.com right now, sign up for our free Discord. That will get you into the stock lounge. That will get you free training videos and documents that we produce. That will get you free ability to communicate with other members in there. Um, and you can chat. And for free, you can also see all the different membership packages we have to offer there if in case you want to step up your game. So go right now to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Click on free Discord, sign up. Make sure you verify with a to go through the verification process, because if you don't, it will kick you out automatically. We don't sit there with our finger on the button. It just does automatically. If you do not verify your account, it will automatically boot you out. So if that happens, you can always do it all over again. It's just easier if you verify it right away. And if you are coming in free today, I want you to sign up, stop at the sock lounge and say, hey, I'm new today. Hello. Let us know that you stopped by. We also provide, if you like, you go to our YouTube channel, and on YouTube at American Dream Trading, we have thousands of videos that you can go over there and watch for free also. Um, all the replays that we do here from 2 to 4 automatically are there, same as in Twitch and Facebook. You can always go back and review them. If there was any questions that you may have had that you wasn't quite sure what we said, then you're feel free to go there and you can rewind it, take notes, watch it at your leisure, watch it in fast speed, watch it in slow motion, however you want to do that. So those are always there for you too also. We give away a lot of free stuff. Coach broadcasts live for free, also from around 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. But I want you to know that paid members, actually, we start trading and training at 4 a.m. every day, every single day, Monday through Friday. We start trading the pre-market at 4 a.m. We start our education at 4 a.m. and we go all the way up to 4 p.m. every single day. That's part of the membership, unpaid membership, the free stuff that you don't get to see. We're always trading on something. The different various membership rooms have different privileges also for additional training. We have breakout rooms, we have mentorship programs, we have one-on-ones available. Um, what else? We have monthly workshop classes. We actually even have, for gold members, we actually train on Saturdays for free. There's an hour and a half to 2 hours of free training there excluded with the membership also for those of you that work. For those of the VIP and VIP gold members, we actually, everything we do is recorded. So you can go back and watch it later at your leisure. Maybe you had to work that day or something and you missed a class altogether, something came in, life got busy, you can always go back and review those videos. So um, lots of benefits, lots of training always going on. You can go back and watch videos that we have. We have videos on demand sections. We have videos in our different membership sections. So you're just seeing literally the tip of the iceberg. You just unbelievable. I can't even go to half the stuff myself live. I have to actually watch the recording. We're in here 4 hours a day, so everything that's going on between 12 and noon, I don't get to see it or participate in it, right? I get to hang out with you fine people. Aren't you lucky? But I do have instant access that I can go and watch those on the recordings, right? So when I get a chance, I can actually go back and watch them at any time at my leisure. So that's a great benefit. So, but you can sign up for free today at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Again, we are here live from 2 to 4, Monday through Fridays. All right, who's got a question? Enough talking about me. Did I mention AmericanDreamTrading.com? Jerry Trader, do you have a question? If you do, type it in the chat box, any of them. Twitch, YouTube, all of them, any of your stuff, type in a question. Time is running out here. We're about 20 minutes away from shutting it down for the day. So if you have a question or you want to see something on my screen other than my personal account, I'm not going to show you that. I'll show you Angie's if she wants to share it, but I'm not going to show you mine. All right. About a 6-second delay on TikTok. All right, what's crude oil doing? Crude oil's kind of holding its own down there at the bottom with time running out during the open market. It'll soon go into the aftermarket later on tonight. You can trade 23 hours a day. starting Sunday night. Jerry Trader asked, do I believe Jerome Powell is not cutting rates Wednesday? Nah, I think again, my opinion, and $1.25 might get you a cup of coffee at McDonald's. I think they will this time because they kind of been broadcasting that they are. Do I think there are going to be as many next year? Probably not. I don't think they should. I actually don't think they should be doing it this time. All the data from the government releases that we cover with our members every day, every week, really show inflation is really not under control like they'd like it to be. So, would it surprise me if they don't cut rates? Nope. But I think everybody in the whole world is expecting them to, right? So that's kind of the general consensus that he's going to cut rates. If they don't, do I think it's the end of the world? No. But, you know, till it gets under control, because the lower the interest rate gets, then people start spending more and more and more and more money, right? So, and that drives up inflation, among other things, right? So that's its own discussion. Let's look here back to the S&P 500. Remember, we talked earlier about it coming up to that new high, right? Kind of new high there. Not new high, but reached a peak. I drew that gold line there. So if I ever came back and looked at it, look, hit it once, hit it twice, almost hit it the third time, tried to hit it the fourth time, didn't hit it the fifth time, bounced back off, hit it again. Now what's it doing? Pulling back. Can I make money on this right now? You bet you I could. Right here is the MA 200 plus a strong resistance. Do I want to jump in this trade right now? Yeah, I probably don't. I want to see what it's going to happen here to be a safer trade, right? Because it can hit this and bounce right back up. So, all right. So I would probably wait and see because this is the most volatile part of the day. The last 15 minutes or so of the day, it gets really crazy. Now, if you're an experienced trader, experienced scalper, can you make some serious money? You daggone right you can. You know, make a boatload of money. So, can I prep up here for a fall here? Let me see. What's the L2 showing me? Where's the volume at? Volume's still pretty good. I could have got into an EWO. My entry would have been up here for a better entry. So anything I get into right now is a pure scalp. I have to be prepared to get in and get out. It's been up there all day. Where's the levels at? This here is a strong level. Look how many times it hit here. So can I play that down to here? I could. You also got to 200. So here, let's see what happens when this is kind of a risky trade, right? I normally wouldn't trade this. Well, I don't trade the last hour anyway on a real basis, quite honest with you. Have I? Yes. I just choose not to. I have made some good money in the after hour in this time of the day. I just generally, my trading's done. I'm done by 10:30, 11 o'clock at the latest every day. I'm done trading. So now it's pulling down. I think it's going to bounce off the 200, which it did, but I didn't get my stop down there because I was looking at another screen. So I can get down here, get this closer. I could actually lock in my profits. See, I'm up $5 right now. I can get this down here, teeter it, right? I'm going to see it. It probably more likely will bounce off here and go the other way. So see what's happening. I didn't move my stop down there. We'll see if this is just a head fake or whether it's actually going to go back down. Trend is down right now, but this is the MA 200. Very, very strong indicator. That'll be a very strong point of resistance to bounce off of. So, and the VWAP's down here. I was kind of hoping it would break through because this is all open right here. That'd have been great if this goes the other way. And it very well could. That's a 6082, which I know is super strong. Matter of fact, I'm going to change the color on it for future reference. Call that a gold level. You want to call it that, you can call it whatever you want. If it breaks through here, I think we'll get a nice pull. Personal opinion. So that's at the 6082 mark. 6082, what do we got? And we got some orders here. If it breaks this number down, 6082. Oh, look at that. Is that not glorious? Is that not glorious?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Lock
Here
in my
comes the
profit.
money.
Look at that. Look, here's my profit over here on this widget if you want to watch it.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
I got stopped out. So I locked in my profit. I think it looks like I got maybe $30 out of that. Just that one little quick trade. Boom. Right? Then it pulled back up. Well, here's VWAP. See how that works? So you wait on them critical levels, right? Were you not amused with that? Were you not impressed? Do I look like the world's greatest trader? Come on, you can tell me I am.
I'm impressed.
Are you? Thank you. Anybody else out there in the world impressed? Was that not worth the price of admission? Come on now. You have to
You
agree.
make it look so easy.
Oh, but it is. Right? No. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it, right? Do I want to
So you would
try
have put in a sell in, right, when you clicked on that one?
put in a what? Sell. Yes, I
You
shorted
clicked.
it. I shorted
Yeah,
it.
okay. I'm
Yep.
still learning that part.
Yep. I'm going down as a short. I clicked the sell button. Now I'm back in it again. I'm going to see if I can make a few more bucks here. Right? Again, this is a simulated account. It's not real. Right? Am I in the money? Am I in the money?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
I'm up 12 bucks. Keep this down here. I might get stopped out, but that's okay. I'll do $12 all day long. 10 bucks. Yep, I got stopped out. It doesn't show it instantly here on paper trading. Like I said, it always takes a few seconds for it to actually. So you know, it doesn't matter what I made. It's not real, but it's just I want you to see how volatile this is at the end of the day. What did we say? What did we say earlier today? Right? What do people want to do at the end of the day? That's why they call it power hour, right? Things have been going up basically all day. People are going to want to cash out by the end of the day, right? Now it's coming down. You see how it's just not diving? Why is that? Because people are buying in at certain levels that are already like big boys out there, right? The big houses, brokerage firms. They have buy and sell orders that pre-programmed already at certain levels. Do we know where those are at? No, but they're more than likely the same levels we're looking at here. Now, will I enter this trade again now? Probably not, because what's the biggest? What is the strongest indicator out there in the world that all traders use? Type it in your comment. What is the strongest indicator of all? Who's the most powerful wizard of all, right? Who's the most powerful? Who's your daddy, right? What's the answer? What's the strongest indicator of all that you should be paying attention to?
Um, uh,
Nope, it's not It's not
VWAP?
There you go. VWAP for the win.
I was gonna say the EMA, but
It's not actually an EMA, it's a VWAP. So good job.
Yes.
Yes for the win. Yes, VWAP is
Hey,
the
look there. I'm
number
learning
one.
already.
There we go. Getting some education here for free. Right? But yes, VWAP is the most widely used indicator worldwide by all traders. See what happened? It come down here. It didn't quite get to it, but it's enough to scare people. Actually, I thought it would come down a lot closer, but it may still. This may be a head fake right here. But if it comes back down to here, you watch it will it'll think about it when it gets down here. Very rarely does it just blow through. Can it? Yes. Does it? Yes. But generally, it's when it gets down here, it may bounce and make a reversal, or it'll hang out there and then drop down lower. Now, if this dropped below VWAP, oh lordy, you thought that break below the 200 was strong. It gets below VWAP at this time of the day. Oh, get out of the way. Get the wheelbarrows. Bring the dump trucks to wheel away the money. But right now, you're actually in the worst of the worlds. You're between VWAP and between the 200 MA, right? The two strongest. Now we're stuck between it, right? So anyway, we have about 10 minutes left in the trading day. If this thing drops down to here, oh man, I'm going to jump that. We'll see what happens. I've seen this thing go nuts in the last few minutes. Do I want to risk the biscuit? No, you don't want to gamble. Never gamble that it's going to break. Them few pennies that you're going to make ain't worth risking losing your money. Here it comes down to VWAP. Watch it hesitate when it gets here. We need to see you down here about 67. Oh, whatever that number is. What is that number? Stupid timers in the road. 60, 75, 85. So we need 60, 75 below that. 75, 60, 75. And right now the numbers aren't supporting that. L2's is up higher there. And I got this on a 2-minute chart. I'm scalping. You're supposed to be scalping on a 1-minute chart, dummy. See that? I'm surprised I did as well as I did. I was scalping on a 2-minute chart. When you scalp, you generally do it on a 1-minute chart. So right here is VWAP, is this yellow, 60s, whatever number that is. Why don't you American Dream Trading people tell me I was on a 2-minute chart? So it's got to get below 60, 70, 85. And see, you can see here 60, 70. There's no 75s here. You want oh, right there. Here it is. Right here is where it wants to come at 60, 74. Oh, yes, I'm going to pay attention. There is an order down there to suck it down. See, I'm still not going to jump in until it breaks below VWAP. Could I made a few bucks there? Probably, right? We're going to see if this tests. If this breaks through in the last few minutes here, Lordy, have mercy.
It's going.
Yeah, you don't guess. You wait. This is where patience comes in. Okay?
I'm on the 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm on a 1 minute now. I wasn't earlier. When you scalp, you should be on a 1 minute or even less if you like. So let's see. Right there it is. It's still indecisive.
There
It ain't nowhere yet. It hasn't broke and hold. You got to break and hold. All right. Is it going anywhere? No. My L2 shows me. There it is. It's trying to break. It's still, see the wicks on the top and bottom? That means they're fighting on the price. I want to see a long wick on top. That'll really push her down, but they're still fighting. Look at them. They're fighting at VWAP. That is a critical level that everybody is watching for. Look at that. Look at that. Am I not the world's greatest trader or what? Huh? 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 You can tell me. No, I'm not. I am not the world's greatest trader. I've been educated by Coach and ADT and everything he teaches in his strategies, trading strategies. So I know better than to jump in this until it makes a move here. See? It's still there. Even though it ain't touching it, it's still crowding it, right? It's still hugging it. It's close enough for me to wait. It still has not made a definitive move yet. It's still thinking about it. All right, I'm going to jump this one a little bit. If it breaks this level here, it's going. Look at that. Look at that. Come on. Keep it going. Down there to the 71s.
You're gold.
Let's go to the 71s here. Nope. Nope. Come on. See, I want to limit a loss. I'm going to put this just above VWAP in case it spikes up there, right? I might lose on this trade because it's so indecisive. I tried to jump it a little bit. It is below VWAP, but it's still not made a decisive move. I want to see a confirmation candle, which ideally would be shoulder to shoulder, and it didn't give me that. So I took a little bit of risk. See, now I'm going to get stopped out. So this was a losing trade. That's what my stop's for. I put it right above VWAP, right, in case it broke through. I'm stopped out. It just hasn't showed it yet. There it goes. So I actually lost a few bucks on that trade. See how that works? So that's the great thing. So follow Coach's strategies, right? That's why I didn't jump in there because he's taught us that VWAP is the strongest. If you only had one indicator in the whole world, VWAP's it. It's the strongest one in the whole world. Everybody uses it. So that's why I didn't jump in there. Now, I did break that level right there, that minor level that I had marked, and I tried to capitalize on that, but they ended up, you can see how long that wick is. I knew I was going to get stopped out because buyers jump back in. It's just crazy this time of the day. So that's why they call it power hour, and that's why inexperienced traders have no business being there. Coach tells us all the time, first half hour, last half hour of the day, they're most volatile. You know, if you're not experienced, stay out of it. Paper trade it. That to be the best thing to do is actually to paper trade it and apply those things and see how good you are at doing it. You risk nothing. You never risk your account. That's why we tell you to always paper trade. Never risk your money, real money, while you're learning. So anyway, so
This is exciting paper trading, though.
oh, it is. I paper traded the futures for 3 weeks because I didn't do it when I first joined ADT because I thought I was smarter than the average bear, right? No experience. Oh yeah, I got this. I listened to coach for 2 days. I know everything there is now. Let's go, right? Somehow, I don't know how. Somehow I ended up being successful anyway, but I did lose a lot of money doing dumb things, right? Uh, do I still make bad decisions? Yeah, I still have bad red trades, but I very rarely have a red day. And even if I have a red day, I don't worry about it. Now, if I have a red week, now, but coach tells us if you have 2 or more red days in a row, you're supposed to take time off, right? Because you're not doing something right. So you need to reevaluate, go paper trade, and figure out what's going on. So, but yeah, that's how that was. That's a live trade. Again, this is paper trading, but you saw it execute the trades. You saw me use my stop losses, right? How those worked. I made a couple bad trades on purpose just to show you how getting stopped out works, right? So, well, look at that. That shows you how volatile the last power hour can be. We started clear up here to my gold level line that I got, right? That tried so many times to break through and it didn't. And it was on a downward trend and the trend to front, and there you go. So we do have 2 memberships left for the futures. If you like what you saw here, make sure you comment, share, like all the social medias. We have 2 memberships left for $1,000, and I'm not even 100% sure there's 2 left. So you'll find out. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go to the futures membership. You too can learn just what I was showing you, right? That I learned from Coach directly. $1,000 for the year. It's normally $2,500, so it's over 60% off. Where else are you going to get an education for less than basically $90, $85 a month, right? Um, and that's good for 1 year. It gets you access, instant access to the futures lounge where you can talk to other traders in there. Just chat in there all you want. Get you instant access to all our training materials, videos, documents that we've created in the past. A lot of places you join, you don't get access to the old stuff, right? The stuff that's been created prior to you joining. So, we provide access to all that, plus anything that happens in the future and futures, right? Get you coaches 2.0 indicators, which I showed you earlier here on my screen, my lower screen. For those on TikTok, you can see it right here on my lower screen. Uh, that's included, and that's normally not even included. Coach keeps a tight rein on these, but he's included that in with the futures membership. It was originally exclusive to the VIP Gold. He sees the importance in the futures market so much that he included that for the members. You get the futures newsletter once a week. Puts out. We give you all the economic news. At a minimum, you get the economic news releases coming out from all around the world, such as London, from Japan, from England, from France, from Germany, Australia. Um, those are the basics, right? It gives you those, tells you exactly on which day, what time these news releases. So hopefully you can use that. Knowledge is power. You can capitalize on it. I know for a fact there was me and at least 2 other people today that used the news there to actually make real money by trading the trade right at that news release. So can you do the same thing? Sure. Is it going to happen instantly? No. Trading's hard. You have to learn one step at a time. We're here from 2 to 4 for free for you every day on all the social media platforms. So join us again tomorrow, right? At 2 o'clock. Make sure you get over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Sign up for that free Discord. Once you get in there, stop in, say hi. I heard about this from the futures, and introduce yourself, and you'll find out there'll be other people that'll chat with you in there, and you get free access to some of the training materials, documents, and not only that, you get access to a discount for TradingView on top of that. So you get something for free for nothing, right? You actually get a discount just by joining something for free. Who doesn't like free, right? So when you get in there, say hi. We introduce yourself. You don't have to get into a big detail. Just say hello. Here I am. Heard about you from the futures program. That'll let everybody know where you came from. So we are going to call it a day today. I thank everybody for being here, and we hope to see you tomorrow. And if you have any questions that you thought about, you can always review these also in our American Dream Trading channels on YouTube. This replay will be available pretty much instantly after we quit the feed. So we will see you tomorrow, and have a great day. Make a positive memory with somebody that you love and care about. Thanks, sir. Thank you all for being here and helping out.